Hello!
Hello, everyone!
Hi.
Welcome to Reality Break 20, where we take a break from the real world and play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. Welcome in. We have been working our way through Candlekeep Mysteries. We just finished up on the last session, the first round. Joyous.
mystery,
I
one
already
might
forgot.
say.
I already forgot what it was called. Joyous. The joy of extra dimensional spaces. I was close. And we are starting.
I didn't know it had a name.
It did. They each do. Because for those of you who don't know, the point of the Book of Candlekeep Mysteries is that it is a bunch of little one-shots put together by the D&D community, so that if you need a little like snippet of a thing for your campaign, you can start it in Candlekeep Mystery, and then whatever level your character or your party is at, you can choose that portion of it, play through it, give them a level up, or however you need, as they are passing through Candlekeep. So, or whatever village that you want Candlekeep to be in. So we are, however, stringing it together and leveling up after every one to try to get through all 16, and we will see how that happens. But if you're here for the long haul, we are on episode 6 now, and doing quite good. So last we left the party, they had just defeated a wicked curse of drought, and yes, rock on. And they were heading back to Uldif to get some good rest, good sleep, and probably an assignment for what to do next. Our compatriot Wallace, however, has found word of his sister, so he has gone off on his own to try to follow that trail, and will hopefully rejoin when he, I guess, finds the end of the trail. So we shall go from here for now. I assume you all are stopping at the Rusty Bucket to get some sleep?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Perfect.
At the Busty Rucket.
The Busty Rucket.
Who's
All right.
who's bouncing tonight at the Rusty Bucket?
Who's what?
Bouncing.
Bouncing?
Who's the bouncer tonight?
There's no bouncer,
Roland.
bro. It's an N.
Okay. All right.
It's Roland. He's talking about wizards.
RBCU. Come on now.
Yes, I know. Wait, you want it to be Lockjaw?
No, it was
Different
Roland.
campaign,
Roland.
different time. I know.
Break
But
my
it's
heart.
the RBCU. We can bring in whoever we want.
This is true. This
Mm-hmm.
is true.
That's fair.
All right. So,
Though I will say that I'm keeping an eye out since I have a job now. Zab will be keeping, as we're walking to the Rusty Bucket, he'll be keeping an eye out for like more permanent residences, like a for rent sign somewhere or something like that. So
okay. All right. Would you like time to explore this city? Like as a group, as an individual? You all haven't really actually done any exploring of Uldif as of right now. But I mean, you can if you would like.
we got back. It's around like dinner time, a little before dinner time.
Yeah, it's just about dinner time. I would say 4:35. Well, you still have some daylight.
Yeah, I think Zab would. Go around. I don't know if anybody would want to join him, but I'd be going around just to like eyeball like for rent signs or something like that for like a house or a dormitory or something like that. Something that's a little bit more permanent and probably more cost effective than staying at an inn. So
Okay. I will say, if you wanted to request to stay at the keep, they would most likely actually have provisions for you if you didn't want to live elsewhere. You could live among the mages and Avowed, since you work there.
I want to be where the
Ooh.
mages are.
You're not
That's-
just someone who puts books away. You're not a librarian.
Fair. Fair. Okay.
Hey,
all right.
librarians do a lot more than that.
Oh, trust me, I know I was one.
Yep.
They
all
ride on
right.
ladders.
All right. Well, with that being said, because I didn't know they had that.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in retcon a little bit, I'll go and have dinner.
Okay.
And then like stay at the Rusty Bucket for the night, and then first thing in the morning go over and start. I'm assuming that's when I run through HR videos and all that.
Yes, that's when the
Fill out my 1098.
yeah, OSHA violations, all of that.
Yeah.
Are you all wanting to just stay at the Rusty Bucket for now, or get dinner somewhere in the square?
I mean, I think the Rusty Bucket's probably fine.
Okay.
I don't think Tamsin would be, because she doesn't know how long she's going to be here. So it's like, nah, it's an inn. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Zab's in that same mindset of like, well, let me just get to work tomorrow, and then maybe after work tomorrow, I'll go explore a little bit. Maybe some of my new friends will come along with me.
All right. So you all find a nice cozy table near the fireplace, but not too close to be hot. Just nice and cozy. The barkeep is ready and waiting for anybody who wants to come in. There are a sprinkling of guests there to eat and drink as well. So it's not super busy, but it's getting crowded as you sit.
All right. Well, Zab was like, you know what? For a job well done for everyone, I will buy the first round of beverages for the group because
You don't have to. That's sweet.
but you know what? For my new friends, because friendship is hard to come by when you're studying as frequently as I was growing up. It's the least I could do to take care of my friends in this little way. A small token of my appreciation for the journey we've taken so far, and the journey I hope we continue to take.
All right then.
So then I'll, do one of these to the bartender.
Okay. A waiter comes over to you and asks what you would like.
One of whatever my good patriots will be having. So I'll have, you know what? I'm in a mood. Give me the tallest stein of ale you have.
The tallest stein of ale?
Well, I mean, don't bring out like a barrel, because that probably would not sit well with me, but, a big stein. A big stein of ale, please.
Okay. And everyone else?
Food!
Any...
Do you want anything to drink, Fizzle?
Oh, I'll have what he's having.
Okay.
If you've got a nice white wine, that'll be fine.
All right.
Is that what dragons drink?
That's what I drink.
And she's a dragon.
I'm not.
I'll have the wine instead.
Okay. And for you?
I'll take whatever has an umbrella in it if you've got anything like that.
Do you have
Something a little like fruity or
fancy cocktail for my
Yeah.
friend Penny here?
Okay. Do you have any allergies?
Comes back with a chicken tail.
Not that I know of.
Okay. If I will say for soup, we have the soup of the day, which is potato soup, and then that does come with bread. And we do have some salads, and actually, I can't quite remember what the third thing is. It's something with meat. It's new to the menu.
I will take a soup with bread, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have that too. That sounds nice.
Everyone else?
Food!
Okay. I'll take soup and bread.
Do you
Not too
want
keen on the
fizzle?
mystery meat.
Okay.
Fizzle, do you want meat in your food or do you want veggies
Or
What's...
potatoes.
or potatoes?
I do know
Potatoes.
potatoes. Yes, I know potatoes. I like meat and potatoes.
Uh,
Let,
I
let's
think we
start
can do
with the meat
that.
tray. Oh,
yeah.
really?
Well,
Oh, okay.
well, yeah. I don't see why not. We've got potatoes for the soup, and then we have the meat. Actually, the
I
meatball
like
might
this
come with
place.
potatoes. I don't really know.
I like this place a lot.
You can
It
tell
is a place.
she's a little new.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Fine.
All right, so she scurries off, grabs everything, and brings it out. The meat is basically like a country steak with potatoes and vegetables on the side and everything else.
Oh,
The works.
now I want it.
That sounds.
Nice.
Everybody
sounds good.
IRL just drooling. Yes, please.
Oh,
Oh yes.
Mm,
And then there's a gravy over top all of it.
Oh my god. Food porn.
yeah. Pretty much, basically what it is, and I'm here for it.
Perfect.
God, that sounds good.
So I'd say while the food is being brought out, I'm gonna look at Penny and be like, "Friend Penny, I have a question for you."
I may or may not have an answer.
Well, hopefully you do. When you were talking to Ron's or Rick's neighbor, did anything strike you as odd or peculiar about her by any chance?
Not really. I mean, she just seemed very like disdainful of Rick Hanger.
Hmm. Well, the reason why I ask is because when we were celebrating with the rest of the town, after we had all worked together to cure the curse, I,
Yes.
I pulled her aside to offer her I'm gonna be working with Rick and working with him to improve his magic skills and all that, and I kind of thanked her for letting us know that there was an issue and to be patient with her. And she did not have any recollection of talking to you or I at all. Like, she said she'd never seen you or I before we were at the party.
Hmm.
And she seemed genuine in that. So I just didn't know if there was anything peculiar you might have picked up when you were talking to her.
There's nothing that I saw. I mean, she was kind of creepy, like, staring at us through the window, but I didn't notice anything weird other than that.
No. No. It does make me think that there are multiple different types of higher level magic that does allow you to change your appearance. Or even extremely higher levels of magic that can even alter memories. But it just makes me wonder why someone would go to that trouble just to let us know about Rick. I mean, at that point I was kind of starting to figure out that he maybe didn't know what he was doing. Fully. But it was just curious that someone would take that extra level. That's just curious. Maybe there's more to this than, is initially observed.
Are you saying this where the rest of us can hear?
Yeah. I mean, we're all sitting at the
Okay.
table, so.
Oh, I don't know. You said you turned to Penny, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, that is, I mean, especially the what you said about modifying memories, that's really concerning. And especially, I mean, the person who talked to Penny wasn't exactly wrong. It's just odd that she either wouldn't remember or it just doesn't make sense, you know?
Yes. Well, I can let you know that it would have to be it is a very powerful spell to be able to alter memories. So, it's not any walk of the park simple magic user would not be able to do this. They would have to study the more complex textbooks, like at Candlekeep, for example. So,
But are we sure it's not something Mr. Anger did? Like he willy-nilly played with magic. Maybe he played with something he shouldn't have and affected her in some way.
I mean, he did
But
inadvertently cause a whole drought, so I can
but
say
we
that
were
that's
with him most of
possible.
that time. Unless you're saying it happened before we got there.
Is that what you're implying, Penny?
Yeah, like, I mean, he may not even know he did it.
That is fair. I mean, I can't say it isn't out of the realm, but all of I mean, I'm assuming, just for role-playing sake, that most of the books that we had gotten were, like, low to mid-level magic, so nothing that was, like, high enough, like, spells to, like, get into, like, modify memory or anything like that.
Except for the book from Festandria. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't really have access to any books that, he could even stumble upon accidentally. So his gnomish was really bad. Like, I've been around drunk gnomes that have tried to speak a different dialect of gnomish, and what he was doing was worse than that. So, I mean, there's a very small possibility that he may have accidentally mispronounced something that did that. But, we were with him, to Tamsin's point, we were with him the whole time, and so it wouldn't have made sense to try to modify the memory after having the conversation. I don't know.
He was doing his best, okay?
Yes, he was doing his best. So it will be something I bring up to work tomorrow. I'll do some research on it, but yeah, it was a curious thing to happen, and she seemed very honest about it when I was talking to her.
She looked normal, like she didn't look like she got struck by lightning or something, or hit by a large rock, or...
No, I mean, those are good observations to make. No, she seemed normal. The other thing that I gathered was that she seemed very honest. It's not like she was trying to lie or hide the fact that she talked to us. So she was being very honest when she said she hadn't talked to us at all before the party. So it's a curious observation. That's all.
It is strange.
Sure she's not a twin?
That I did not look into. That is a good observation.
But didn't you get her name? I thought somebody got her name. And
yeah.
Verify.
Lamanda.
People do weird things, so I would assume though that twins would have different names.
This is true.
Unless they have fun pretending to be each other and tripping people up.
It could be a minor playful thing like that.
Suppose,
it's just something I wrote down, and I'll ask some questions about it tomorrow. Oh.
Yeah. By this time, the waitress is back with all of the food. Everything's picking up in the inn and the bar. You have successfully wasted about half an hour in this process. The soup, again, just had to be ladled, so it didn't take that long. But it's setting sun. Would you all, I mean, are you just continuing? Are you drinking more? I'll give Zab the tab at the end of this.
I think depending on how much Fizzle and Zab drink, Tamsin might just have the one glass and then stick with water.
Yeah, I do have to ask, how big is the stein that I got?
So
Fizzle and I got. Well, no, Fizzle switched to wine, so he got wine like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She goes easy on you, and like rather than just a pint, like she gives you like the 32 ounce, rather than like the 16. She just goes like the next size up, not quite like what you were asking for, but like it's just
and I will
enough.
still probably be like, holy crap.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I would say that I'm not much of a drinker, so can I say I drink it and have another one, or should I roll a check for it, or what would you like me to do?
If you are going to have a second one, I would like a Constitution check, please.
All right. Just to check, not a saving throw.
Yes.
Okay, because it doesn't matter. I still don't have advantage on it anyway. All right. Come on. That is... God, I can't... No, natural 20.
Okie
Nice.
dokie.
Fallen.
So you get through 2 of them. Yes?
That would probably be... I would stop at the second 32
Okay, you're not
ounce,
going to go for another
honestly.
one?
No, I wouldn't. Because
Okay.
I feel like I'm only 3 feet tall, so I feel like 2 32-ounce beers would, like, fill me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
That would fill you up now.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Did anyone else want any more wine? Anything along those lines? Fizzle? Just the one glass?
Yeah, I'm very small. I'm a lightweight.
Okay. Penny, would you like
What-
another
what-
concoction?
What was the fruity drink, though?
It was literally just like some ale mixed with a fruit juice, a fruit juice that she found
A
in
fruit.
the back. Yeah. It
It's like
wasn't.
a fruity beer.
Yeah, it was like a tart, fruity kind of beer. There was no umbrella, no pizzazz, no
And
flair.
he's not getting a second one if there's no umbrella.
Could
I
you
like
imagine, though? She comes with a full umbrella stuck in
Yeah.
your glass. There's no alcohol in it. It's just an umbrella.
Well, you wanted an umbrella.
You wanted an umbrella. You take the umbrella out, there's this much liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
They don't have umbrellas. They have tarps, so you get a tarp.
Yes. Yeah. All right. So, uneventful rest of the evening. You all just sit and chat. Did you want
Yeah.
to look over any of the other books or anything, or are you guys booked out?
We'll probably wait till I'm upstairs in my room.
Okay.
I'll do it because right now I'm conversing with my friends personally. So
Well, that's why I ask if everybody or anyone else in the party would like to look at the books. Or if you
I
all...
mean, if we're just sitting around chit-chatting and we got time, yeah, I might look at the books.
Okay.
Let me see some of
they have
those
pic-
books you got.
oh sure. Oh,
I'm curious if there's anything about, I don't know, healing or...
Oh, there's many incantations, especially if you look towards like a lot of basic gnomish and elven spells do revolve around healing, so definitely recommend starting there.
Elvish ones. I don't speak Gnomish, but I can read Elvish at least.
All right, here you go. That does remind me of a time. Make sure that you follow the instructions as written in the spell. Because one time I was trying to do a heal wound on someone, and I added a pizzazz. So I added inflection to the wrong gnomish word, and a flower ended up growing out of their wound. So definitely do not misspeak. Read as is. Read as is.
Read as is. I mean, that's generally what I was taught to do. And
Good.
I mean, not that I was taught any magic or anything, but, you know, as far as other things,
Yes.
you just
Even-
follow the directions. Believe me, that's
Yes.
what I
yes.
learned.
Even down to proper accents and pronunciations.
Yes.
It's very important.
I have many memories of being just learning Elvish, going over and over and over pronunciation and accents and conjugation and sentence structure and all that stuff.
Mm.
You know, it's not. I don't have fond memories of those, but I do know how to do it.
Yes. We'll have to have a conversation one time because it seems you had a very formal education growing up, and that just fascinates me.
Yeah, I really did, and I really did not want it. But yeah, we can have a conversation about it sometime.
Yes. yes.
And she'll go to the book and start flipping.
yeah.
Start looking through.
You're fine.
Okay. So you guys are just kind of poring over these books, letting the night fall. I will say, as time passes, if there's not necessarily anything else that you would like to talk about or discuss, we can go ahead and end the night here.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
All right.
I'm just following along.
Okay. So as you all are starting to get up, the waitress does come back over and slides a tab to Zab.
All right. What's the damage?
The damage is 10 gold. No, I'm just kidding.
Ugh.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay. All right. I was ready to
100% a
do
joke.
it, but
No, it's like 6 gold.
okay.
Yeah.
That was an expensive umbrella.
It was.
Yeah, no
Actually,
kidding.
you know what? I will do 6 gold, and I'll do 6 silver pieces as a tip.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. She sends you oh wait. Was this including, are you also paying for the hotel rooms or no?
Oh, I was just doing the meal. I figured everybody would do their own for the housing.
Okay. My bad. Not 6 gold.
Okay.
It's a cheap place.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
gonna be 2 gold and 3 copper for all of the meals, all of the alcohol.
2 gold. All right. So then I will leave I'll just round it up to 3 gold for a tip.
Okay.
I just figured that Fizzle's eating habits were a lot of gold.
Yes.
Accurate.
Yep. All right.
Because I'm a dragon.
Dragon.
So you all will have the same rooms that you had the night before because the barkeep did have you eyesight wise. So he gives you the same rooms. No one was sharing, right? Because Wallace shared
no, we
with
were sharing. Hold on.
Fizzle.
Fizzle. Yeah.
Wallace and Fizzle stayed together, and Tamsin and Penny stayed
Okay.
together.
Okay.
And
So
Zab was on his own.
Yep. So then do you want to condense or does Zab still want to be alone?
I think you'd ask Fizzle, be like, friend Fizzle, do you want to bunk up together?
Sure. Yes. I have my bed.
Excellent. So we will bunk up, and I guess I will pay for his room at least. So
Okay. Not his endless hoard that Tamsin is taking care of.
No, it's not endless. His hoard is very specific.
yes,
Tamsin has the extra.
Tamsin's
Yeah.
Tamsin's part of his hoard.
Yeah. There you go.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I won't worry about it. I'll just cover his
You
room.
could even get a discount. You could just
Well,
even
room.
get a single bed.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
You just gotta sleep in the corner on the floor.
Fizzle should
Nah,
get a
you know
storage
what?
room in
Nah,
town so you can keep his hoard there.
There you go. Nah, Zab wouldn't haggle. He'd just two bedroom room, please. And
Alright.
leave it at that.
Okay. So
I'm gonna
you
go over
all
the dump my coins out on the floor and lay down.
just curl up in a ball.
Yeah.
All right. You all
And I will
Mhm.
I'll stay up for a little bit and read the Mazfroth's book for a
Okay.
bit before I go to bed. So
All right. Okay. So you all have a pretty uneventful evening. Was there anything specifically anyone wanted to do in the morning?
Not really. I mean, not for me.
Okay. So then
Eat.
yeah. Zab, while they are eating breakfast, do you want to go ahead and go over to Candlekeep?
yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do that really quick. Would you like to eat breakfast before you go?
If they got something I can just grab and go, I'll do that.
They have some bread and like jams and things.
Yeah, so I'll slice of bread, slap some jam on it, and
Okay.
call it good.
All right. So you make your way there. It is a bit of a rainy day. Not like a downpour, just like a slight drizzle. Enough to make it annoying if you wear glasses. Speaking from experience.
Experience.
Yeah. So you get to Candlekeep, and Persephone is there to welcome you. She asks how everything went at Shettiton.
And I'd say it went fine. Give her the full rundown. I do ask about like. So I know the odds are small, but we had this incident where we were speaking. My friend Penny and I were speaking with the neighbor of Mr. Anger, and gave us very specific like it was an in-depth conversation. It wasn't just like a hi, how are you? And
Okay.
then we talked to her a few hours later, and she had no recollection of the conversations. Just wondering, I'm pretty sure that the odds of any modified memory magic would be low at this point based on the information that and the spell types he had, but just wondering if there may be other factors that magically related factors that may cause something like that to happen. Just curious. The curious mind, am I right? And I give her a pat on the elbow.
Right. There are always factors, but I'm not sure that I'm really the one to explain them. Have you tried speaking with one of the Avowed?
I have not. I just got here, so I can add that to my to-do list for today, on top of whatever tasks you may have for me.
No tasks as of now, but I think the Avowed would help you, or seeking out some of the Avowed would help you greatly in what you're searching for.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I will head over there then.
Very well. And she goes back to her books and bookkeeping. Sorry, there was a bug. That scared me.
And bugs attack.
I just looked down at my book, and there was just a bug in the middle of it. My bad.
You're fine.
Yes. So do you want to immediately seek out an Avowed, or are you just going to kind of shuffle around for a little bit?
Well, I want to return the books we got from Matrius. I want to return. I guess go back up to his office first.
Okay.
And check in with him and let him know, hey, everything worked out. Here are your books back.
Okay.
And then I think after that I will go hunt down one of the Avowed.
Okay. Is that something you want to role play, or is that just I'm gonna do this and move on?
Oh, we can role play it out.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
All right. So you go on up to Matrius's study. It looks pretty much exactly the same, except there are more books stacked on top of the previous books that were in there the last time, which was literally less than 24 hours ago, that you were there. You can see that he has clearly been poring over everything, and the doorway to Fessandria's mansion stands open in front of you as well. He was not lying when he said that he was able to keep it open from this side.
Okay. All right, so I go ahead and Matrius. Hi, hello.
Oh yes, hello. How did everything go? Did you get the curse?
Yes, we did. Found out it wasn't really a curse, just our friend Rick Anger tried dabbling in magic that was maybe a little bit above his skill level, and may have inadvertently caused something. So, as far as I could tell, no real malicious intent.
Yes.
What's happened?
Rick is an interesting fellow. We have
Yes,
crossed
he is.
paths a few times. I assume
he
he was the one that sent you to me, correct?
Yes, he was.
Ah, yes. Well, I'm glad everything worked.
Yes.
And the books that I lent you were able to lend you some assistance?
Yes, they were. Thank you very much. And then I'll start putting them back on his table. Like, I'll try to see if there's a way to, like, if he has an organization system, I'll kind of
There
be
is
like, oh, this
zero
looks like it
organization.
would. All right, so then I'll be like, this book, baby, you know what? I'm just going to put them on right here. So I'm like, yes, they were very helpful. Yes, it was very helpful, and we figured it out. And the other good news is Mr. Anger will be coming for tutoring lessons starting tomorrow. So I'm going to help him work on his magic skills as a result of what happened. So.
Oh, that's perfectly wonderful of you. I could not commend you more. You are quite an outstanding person for doing something like this. I could not imagine. He's just swooning. I could not imagine being at your level and new to the job and taking on more responsibility. And I hope you don't take off more than you can chew.
Yes. Well, I wanted to start slow. First off, thank you. They say never meet your heroes, but But anyway, yes. But yes, I tend to. I'm going to ease into this. But I'm of the mindset of things like knowledge and safe, practical uses of magic should be shared with as many people that are willing to learn. So he's been willing to learn. Yes, he's been willing to learn for a long time. He just hasn't gotten proper instruction. But out of curiosity, though, does the name Marson ring a bell to you? Anything familiar about that name?
Marson.
Yes.
Could you spell it?
Marsin.
Marson.
The reason why I ask is, Mr. Anger said that this Marson individual came through Shetterton some time ago and got him into magic usage. So he seemed competent enough to be able to give Mr. Anger some knowledge. So I was just curious if he'd made his way here to the keep at all.
I can't say that I have come to cross paths with him, but I spend most of my time in this room, so
Right.
you could ask an avowed. One of the mages may know, but
Yes.
I really can't quite put a face to the name.
That's all right. I was going to stop at the avowed anyway to, do some of that as well. So it's a very good suggestion. Thank you. Oh, by the way, before I leave, how is the mansion?
It's still a bit of a maze. I think I've figured out most of the rooms. However, there's just so much knowledge. I will say, one thing that does give me some grief is the fact of the homunculi, and the fact that there are two, but you can only have one at a time.
Yes.
So I don't know if that belongs to someone else, but I will say a homunculi can only exist and be animated while the other person, the creator, is still alive, which means Vistandi is not dead. So this needs to be something I look into. So if you need me, you know what I'll be doing.
Absolutely. Well, that sounds certainly like a Candlekeep mystery to unravel.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
It is.
But yes, but if you ever need a research assistant, I'm gainfully employed here full time, so feel free to stop down, and I will be glad to assist you in any endeavor you might need. And I'll
There's
give like a humble bow.
no more a deserving person than you. I wish you the best, and I will see you around, I am sure.
Yes. Well, best of luck, and thank you for your assistance. Thank you for your time.
Same to you.
Yes. And I'm gonna walk out, and I'm gonna totally do that, like just hoping nobody walks by while I'm doing like a oh yeah, oh yeah.
I'm personally imagining a freeze frame like the end of Breakfast Club, like you just like fist pump into the air, but like you literally just freeze and you're like humming the music to yourself. That's
Oh
personally
my god,
what I
he's
have in
singing
my
his
head.
own theme song.
Yes.
I love that. That
Yes.
makes me so happy.
Yeah. So that's the image that I personally have in my head.
That's amazing.
I approve.
Thank
I
you.
approve.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. So you would like to go seek out an avowed?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can meanwhile it too, you know.
Okay. It's honestly probably only been about 30 minutes at the most since Zab left. I would say he's an early riser, so we'll say it's 8 a.m. at this point.
I mean, Tamsin would probably have. She's not super early riser, so she would have been down. Like by 8, would have been down getting breakfast, but not too concerned about everybody else getting up or being up if nobody else is, and would be getting breakfast maybe while eating breakfast, wondering if Zab was planning on coming back.
The world
And
may never
then-
know.
I know, right?
I don't even think he knows yet.
And would just be like eating breakfast, kind of waiting for other people to show up, and for a little more time to pass. And then if time passes and Zab hasn't shown up, then she'll probably want to head to Candlekeep to find him.
Okay. How much time would need to pass before you sought him out?
I don't know, an hour or so.
Okay.
Like 9 o'clock. He's an early riser.
Okay.
I don't know if
Like,
he
he was
left
just-
without us, but that seems a little strange.
All right. What about Fizzle and Penny?
Penny comes
Fizzle is
downstairs, but she's obviously very not groomed or anything. She's just rolling down the stairs like she literally just got out of bed.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
Fizzle?
Fizzle, after just snoring himself awake, is going to scoop up his bed, put it back in the sack, and then make the way downstairs and see what Jess Tamsin's doing.
Okay.
Having breakfast.
I will say the bread and jams is just on one of the center tables. Like they just put it out there fresh that morning. It is clearly a different cook from the last time that sent you a weird oatmeal goulash.
Okay. Literally, I'm not going to see it because I'm assuming the table's a little bit higher than I am. So I'm just going to be walking towards Jess Tamsin and then just suddenly stop and turn back around and follow my nose.
Okay. All right. So you guys are sitting and enjoying your breakfast. If you would like to order a coffee or a tea from the bar, there is a barkeep there. There is no waitress though, so you would have to walk up and get whatever drink that you wanted.
I quite frankly don't remember if Tamsin's a coffee person or a tea person.
You
I don't
have a
think you
character
have
that's not a tea
single
person?
character that's not a
I
tea.
made the decision. I do because I choose each time. I just don't
Okay.
remember what I chose for Tamsin.
You should roll the dice. The dice will decide.
Let the dice tell the story.
Everybody else decide. I got to find this out because I know I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Ooh, this will be the day that Fizzle tries coffee.
Oh no.
Yes.
We're all
Oh man, I'm not
screwed.
there.
So the BBG is Fizzle on caffeine. No.
That's amazing.
Goes absolute
And-
Super Saiyan and Kamehamehas everybody.
Has haste permanently cast on him.
Yes. Yes.
Flying around the room, like a bat looking for a way out.
Oh my gosh. Oh god, or a bird
Water-
at that
You
point.
know, he's just
Yeah.
flying around, breathing fire and everything because he has so much energy. It has to come out in fire.
Exactly. Hence BBEG.
So
Well,
a coffee
B-
for Penny and
LBEG.
the
Little-
BBLGBTQIA. Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, it could be at the end of this one. Who knows?
Never know.
True.
And a coffee for Fizzle, correct? I'm assuming
Correct.
Penny would like a coffee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Tamsin will have a coffee. I'm just gonna make it. She's a coffee drinker because I can't remember.
Wow.
Gonna
I
go
said
over,
before.
follow, and just watch how they make it. And what are you drinking?
It's called coffee. It gives you energy. It's special when you're not like awake in the morning.
I feel pretty awake, but just Hampton's drinking it. I should probably drink it. It's what dragons do.
You really don't have. It might not be a good idea, but I mean, you do you, little guy.
I want to be a dragon too.
I'm
She's
not
not.
a dragon.
And at this point, he's just got to take a sip. It doesn't taste very good.
Try
I
adding
immediately
some cream
start
and
twitching.
sugar. That's what I like in my coffee, to make it a little less bitter, you know? Just put a little bit of sugar and some milk in there, and that'll help.
Dumps in some milk, grabs the sugar,
Not just a little bit. You
pours a
know,
little bit in his mouth.
Okay, well, that's not exactly what I meant, but just a little. So that you could, because you want to put a little and then taste it until you get it just right.
Already just put a bunch in. Puts it back down.
It's fine.
Kind of doesn't know how to really stir it, so kind of swirls it around and spilling some a little bit.
Here's just
We're gonna end up
spoon.
with cornholio, but a fizzle version.
Oh god.
And then just takes a sip. That's amazing.
Not too. Okay, well.
It's that.
Tim's gonna turn to Penny. We might regret this later.
We can figure something out for him. We can throw him in a dog park or something and let him chase the dragon.
That's a
A
good way to
dog
get
park?
energy out. Yeah.
Yes, the
Has a
oldest
little-
dog park.
Has a little like child
Hey.
leash
Maybe
for
we
me. I'm
could
just
play.
like.
It's
There
like
you
maybe we
go.
can play some fetch with a stick. I bet he'd like that. That's a good way of getting that energy out.
There you go.
When you treat a party member like a pet.
I mean,
Did anybody walk Fizzle? Who's the last time Fizzle went out?
I did it yesterday. It's your turn today.
Is over peeing on the plant in the corner again.
All right.
Has he been spayed and or neutered?
Oh no.
TMI. I don't want to know.
Yeah, no, not really. Okay. So, are we satisfied with having this time right now? Are we going back to
Yeah, I think if it's been an hour, then I'd
Okay.
be like, Bob's been gone for a while. We might. I wonder if he went to Candlekeep without us.
I'll go check.
Yeah, but wait, we should probably go check.
Maybe he'll be worn down by the time we catch up to him anyway.
That's some mighty optimistic thinking there, Penny.
Just like Quicksilver from Marvel.
I know, right?
Except
Sign
in the
slows down
air.
around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think, if it's been about an hour or so since, then we'll probably
Yeah.
wander, chase Fizzle to
Yeah.
It's just like a sonic boom going over the town.
Glass shattering
fire.
as he passes. There you go.
God.
Yeah.
All right.
There he
so,
is.
No longer Fizzle, we have the Flash. So, you all make your way towards Candlekeep. And we will go ahead and go back to Zab. You have found and avowed.
All right. So I'm going to bow respectfully. Say,
Okay.
hello. My name is Zabnest Oakbark, but my friends, I have more than one friend.
More than
Now,
one.
more than one now. Call me Zab. Pleasure to meet you. It's my second day working at Candlekeep, so it is an honor to work amongst you and your respected group of scholarly individuals, and I will bow respectfully.
He sort of looks at you and just... You work here?
Yes, I do now. It's my second day.
You've not been through training?
No, Penelope? Persephone?
Persephone.
Persephone.
Okay, I gotta write it down.
We're gonna call her
Persephone
Magenta.
hasn't been... Yeah, sure. that might stick better. Did I even write it down? No, I didn't, so I got Persephone. Who's Penelope? Persephone. I spelled that wrong. Yeah, Persephone has not been great with training regimen yet. I didn't know if that was something that started after I went through like introductions or anything like that. Any insight you might be able to give for where to start for training would be greatly appreciated at this point.
When is your first full day?
Today actually.
No.
No?
Did you check in with Persephone?
Yeah, she didn't really give me anything to do today.
Then it is not a work day. Have you
Would
gone...
I know that? Would I know that?
No. Not at this
Oh, cool.
point.
Okay, cool.
Not at this point, no.
Congratulations, you're here and you don't have to be.
So
I
there...
came in on a Saturday, damn it!
So within the rankings of the Avowed, you've got mostly like scribes, newcomers, low-level assistants, that kind of thing, and then you have like a wide gap and your higher ranking Avowed who take care of most, higher level thinking and work and everything else. Everything else just kind of trickles down to those lower level assistants and everything.
Okay.
You would be one of those lower level assistants as of right now.
I figured that, yeah.
Right. But you haven't even gotten that description from Persephone. So you have only been hired. You have not actually started the job yet.
Okay. Well, okay then. Well, I guess at some point I'll have to go talk to Persephone about what my work schedule will be like once I actually get started then.
Please
Yeah.
get
Really
her
awkward.
wrong every time in a different way.
What?
Really awkward. I'm now really concerned that I actually didn't get hired on.
Money.
Persimmony.
Do,
Magenta.
do.
Persephone mommy.
Hey, no.
Mommy?
That's
Direct
too
eye
far.
contact. Direct eye contact. Okay.
Oh my god.
You're welcome.
Persephone
So,
mommy.
You
okay, so
are
I guess
welcome.
I guess after getting the rundown there, I'll be like, okay, well, I guess I will go hunt down Persephone at some point. But since I have your time, I was wondering if there's a few things I could ask you about.
Sure.
Thank you, appreciate that. There was a curse at Shettiton, a town down the road. Come to find out, long story short, it wasn't a curse. It was just a novice magic user that had just goofed on some spells, to be completely honest. But one event, yes, which happens, and something I'm going to be rectifying. But one thing that happened along the way, we talked to his neighbor in the morning, and she gave us some very specific, like, information about Mr. Anger. But when I talked to her just a few hours later, she had no recollection of having any kind of conversation with our group. She seemed completely level-headed. There was nothing out of the ordinary between the two different conversations. It just seemed like her memory, I'd hate to say that her memory had been altered in any way, but I know it's higher level magic, but I was wondering if there's any kind of perspective you could shed on what could cause something like that to happen, besides like a modified memory spell or anything like that.
Oh, a lot of things. Amnesia. If you want a more medical term.
Sure.
You can also probably put it under. As far as spells, I mean, there are spells to wipe minds.
Mm-hmm.
There are spells to modify the mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mind control, like active mind control. But there's a plethora of options that could be. But I really couldn't say without seeing this woman to be able to tell you exactly what was going on.
Yes. Well, that's not something I'm actively investigating at this point, but something I'll make note to maybe follow up with her, see if I could get any more information from her. And one other thing, when speaking with Mr. Anger, he said he'd gotten some basic magic knowledge from an individual named Marsin, Marsin. Does that name ring a bell? He said this individual came through his town DM like 30 years ago, 20, 30 years ago, something like that.
30 years ago.
Yeah, 30 years. Several decades ago. So I was wondering if there's if that name rung a bell with you, or if there was any kind of records where I could go to check to see if he ever came through like Candlekeep or anything like that.
It does not ring a bell to me. I don't recall ever meeting a Marsin, but I really don't know. I mean, I've met a lot of people over the years,
yes.
but
This is true, yes.
it is hard to tell. But 30 years ago, oh, I have no idea. To be completely honest, I have no idea.
Okay. Once
And
again,
I can't say that on much, but I can on that.
Well, that in and itself is a clue. That one as knowledgeable as yourself has no recollection of this. That is a clue in and of itself, if you think about it.
Sure.
Okay, yes. So thank you for that. It's something I need adding to the to-do list, the personal to-do list, since I don't have an official to-do list yet. Okay, so yes, I will go hunt down Persephone and have a conversation about when I actually can start working on my duties. So thank you again. Can I get your name? I'm sorry. It's very rude of me to not ask earlier. I apologize for that.
Oh, no, you're absolutely fine. It's Warlith.
Please tell me that's Wallace with a lisp.
No, Warlith. Warlith.
Okay. I thought you said Walleth.
Wallith.
Walleth.
My name is William
This is Wallace.
Yes.
Wallace.
Oh my god.
Wallith.
Yeah. Warlith. Got it.
Warlith.
Yes.
Walrus. Cuckoo.
Walrus, man. Okay.
All right.
Thank
Any
you,
other questions?
friend. Well, nope. So thank you, friend Warlith. And I will leave you to your duties. Thank you again for your help. It's very much appreciated. And
You're very
I'm
welcome.
very excited to work with you in the future, hopefully.
Good luck in training. And he just turns
Thank you.
around and continues doing what he was doing.
Why did that feel slightly ominous? And
I
then I will.
Mhm.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
What? What?
Do
Yeah,
I get to
awkward.
tackle him now? Like
No,
Tigger
you
does
don't
Winnie
know
the
where
Pooh?
he is right now.
Yeah.
So at this point, Zab, what would you do? Are you heading back towards the Rusty Bucket, or are you continuing searching, asking about?
I think I want to try. I don't think we're getting anywhere with Avowed, so I think we're gonna hunt down. At this point, Zab would hunt down Persephone
Okay.
to like figure out, and we don't have to roleplay that, but to figure out like my timeline and schedule and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I think that's what I would do. And then after that conversation, then I'd probably be like, oh, I should probably check in with the friends.
Okay.
So we'd hash out like my training schedule, like housing and lodging and pay, all that jazz.
All right. Give me 2 seconds to write some things. All right. So you meet with Persephone. As far as housing goes, she assigns you to the not quite barracks, more dormitories of the other scribes, and then remembers that she didn't give you any of the information and tells you that you are a scribe, and then gives you your first assignment. It will be a week from today. Today is Tuesday.
Hey, so next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
All right. And are the dormitories in the keep?
Yes. So,
Okay.
A bit of a description of the keep, because I forgot that I never actually gave you guys a description of it. So Candlekeep is actually a massive unit of buildings, including the Pillars of Pedagogy. There is a gatehouse entrance that you go through every time. There is a bath and steam house. There is a smithy and stables, a granary, a temple, the House of Rest, which is the dormitories, the Hearth, the House of Binder, the Emerald Door, which goes deeper in, and then the Etude, or I'm sorry, I have a hard time saying this word, Erudite, I can't say it.
Erudite?
Thank you. Outfitters and clothiers as well. And then the Court of Air, which is literally just a courtyard.
Courtyard.
Yeah. And I will
pretty sure
send you
all
all
of that. Yeah.
I will
Please do,
I
because
will
you should
send
see
it.
some of the things that I have spelled.
It's okay. That is
Pretty sure they're
okay.
not accurate.
I will send it all with descriptions.
Perfect.
Oh,
Thank you.
good. Thank you.
But yeah.
And I'm assuming I'm getting all of this in writing.
Yes, you
Zab,
are getting.
Zab is getting this.
You
in
will
writing.
get a map of everything. You will get like an actual everything.
Welcome packet.
Yeah.
Do I get a jacket or a backpack?
No.
Cheap bastards.
Yes.
Do I
Correct.
get a badge holder at least?
No. You do, however, get
A lanyard.
a fat lip for asking questions. No, a lanyard. No, you will have to go to the clothier and get robes and your uniform,
Sure.
and get fitted for everything, and that's where you'll get your bed sheets and everything else. So,
All right. Right, so I think I'll do that, but after I have a conversation with her, then I'll go hunt down the friends.
okay. Which is funny because you're standing up front anyway. So as you are having this conversation, I would say about that time, everybody would walk in.
Well, Fizzle's probably like busting through the door.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fizzle would probably be
I'll
first.
get there first.
Fizzle is perched, foaming at the mouth on the highest bookshelf that he can find.
Step! Ah! And then
Exactly.
just like run over and just tackle.
I
All
can
right.
smell time.
I can see colors. Wait.
We all can see color. Well, most of us can see colors.
What is this? The
Zeb,
Giver?
why won't the color stop poking me?
Okay.
Hello, welcome back, everybody. We hope you had a wonderful little break. We left our compatriots meeting at the front of the Great Library, and Zab finally getting his assignment for being an employee of Candlekeep.
I just need to find a tax specialist to help me fill out my forms.
Oh my god. Don't we all? It's that season.
Am I? Can I claim myself as a dependent? Do I write 1 or 0? I don't know.
Is Zab Fizzle is the dependent at this point.
Am I my own dependent?
Still twitching.
Yeah. Maybe not as quickly. Maybe not as quickly.
Yep.
It's definitely slowing down.
All right, so you all find Zab. He is having a little conversation with Persephone. You don't necessarily have to interrupt. It looks like it is coming to a close.
I mean, I would probably just wait until he's done talking.
Okay.
I'm not going to run up and tackle him, but I'm definitely going to run up to him, all excited.
Okay.
Oh, Fizzle!
Hi, Zeb! What's going on? What you talking about?
Oh,
Talking about dragons?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment, actually. I got my official paperwork for working at the Candlekeep now.
That's amazing! What's that mean?
It means
Can I work
have,
at the Candlekeep?
I kind of make eye contact with Persephone, and I'm like,
You both
That'd
do
be
the
great.
exact same thing.
What's that mean? Does that mean yes? I'll be the official mascot. I'm a dragon.
I think at this point,
means
Tamsin comes running up.
Tamsin, thank the gods.
I'm so
Oh, thank
sorry. He had coffee, and we didn't know what it would do to him.
Just Hanson
I'm
gave me
so
coffee.
sorry. It's not. I wasn't. I mean, it was on purpose, but
Well,
I didn't realize he was so fast.
Please
Oh,
never
okay.
do that again.
Believe me, it has been added to my list of things never
Yes.
to give Fizzle.
Yes. Well, let us all. Thank you again, Persephone. Thank you for your time. Let's all
Yes.
go outside
How
and
Stephanie?
let Fizzle burn off some of this excessive energy he has. And then at that point, I'm gonna remember and be like, oh, I also have this book. And I'm gonna show her Mass Ross and be like, I didn't officially check it out. I kind of took it out accidentally. I didn't know if I needed to officially check it out or anything like that.
What do you plan to do with it?
Like reading. That's it.
Light reading. It doesn't leave the keep. But you can take it to your chambers for the evening if you would like.
Oh. My apologies. Yes, I would very much like to do that. My apologies. I'll have to work on getting a list of the books that aren't allowed to leave the keep under any circumstances. My sincerest apologies. I'm like trying to keep my cool, so.
She just kind of squints in your general direction and raises an eyebrow and just... Very well.
All right. I guess
She's
I will...
a nice lady.
Yes, she is. She's a very nice, understanding coworker of mine. Thank you. Trying to keep my cool.
Okay.
But I am gonna put it like back in the, back in my satchel. And...
Maybe she needs some coffee.
Let's get you outside, friend Fizzle. Hi, Penny.
Please.
Let's get you outside. Thank you again, Persephone.
And she goes back to her bookkeeping.
Yes.
All right, so you make your way out into the court of air.
Yeah. Just that. It's kind of like when you take the kid to the park and then just like go.
Go. Run. Okay.
Somebody gave me coffee.
Throw a gold coin.
Okay. So Fizzle is just zooming through the air and on ground. doing little intertwining through everybody. Everyone else, there are some benches along the buildings. If you would like to have a seat, or if you would like to explore, you can do
Vincent
that
will
as well.
definitely sit down after running after Fizzle.
Okay. So
Is
you
there
all,
a guard?
there are guards at the gate, but not really, or at the gates. I'm sorry, the Emerald Door and the entry gate. But there's not any like standing around. There's very, very tall walls. They're not impenetrable. I won't say that, but very tall stone
feel
walls.
safe.
Yes.
At some point, I'll probably fly over to the guards and just ask them if they've tried coffee before.
They kind of startle when they see you and yes, coffee is every day. Every day is coffee day.
That's great. I love coffee, and flies off.
Never again.
I'm a dragon.
It's just like, this is
I'm a dragon.
definitely never having children. Good Lord.
It
And
just
no more coffee.
it makes me think of the old Vine where like they're snowboarding or whatever, and the guy just drives or like flies by. I'm a giraffe. Like that's just what it makes me think of. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All I can
love
picture right now is that thing where as a little kid comes running by with a little firework going, "Somebody get me fire!"
Yes, basically.
Same concept. Same concept.
Yes, same
It's
concept.
really the
Yeah.
same concept.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Oh my
yeah,
God, that's
and at the
amazing.
children comment that she says, yes, I had some younger nephews and nieces that I helped babysit for a few times. Very similar concept. Just let them run around, and eventually they'll tuck themselves out, and you give them a snack, and they'll take a nap. It'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah, that coffee was a terrible idea.
But now that we're sitting on the bench, I'd kind of like opened it up and read it, like just a couple pages, like the night before. But I think I'm gonna take a moment after Persephone said this book never leaves, like to like really look at the book.
Okay. I am going to sidebar with you right now because I remember vividly on the last session you absolutely pouring yourself over this book.
Okay. I poured.
we-
I think I poured like the inside, but it was also like stressful situation, so I was like pouring through the book.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
wasn't like taking the time to like look at it. I didn't. If there was a prologue, I didn't read the prologue. I was just like spell.
You were okay, like
spell,
looking for
spell.
keywords and things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I
okay.
wasn't like actually like taking it in necessarily.
All right. We can do that.
Is that acceptable?
That is absolutely acceptable. So you in reading just the first few pages, the book itself is about 7 inches wide, 9 inches tall. It is a brown leather cover that is worn from use and age. The name of the book and its author, Masfroth Gaither, are elegantly written in cursive with black ink on the first page. The care put into that page, however, does not apply to the rest of the book's contents. It does get a little bit more frazzled and hurried the more that you read and the more that you see as you flip through, almost as if they could not write fast enough.
And you said it was worn.
Just from use.
But is it like but it's still sturdy. It's not like falling apart or anything like that.
Yeah, but you can tell like it's not a pristine new book. It's not like an ancient tome, but it's a well-loved book.
Okay.
It's a journal.
And that okay, so it's a journal.
Yes,
So it's not necessarily like a spell book. Okay, so then
right.
that makes sense that I did not, because I was like probably leaving, couldn't find the words I was looking for, and I'm like,
right.
Okay, deal with that later. So the writing, you said it got messy, like somebody could. Does it seem like crazy person writing down thoughts, or is it like sane thoughts just haphazardly written because they were writing as fast as they could? You know what I mean?
It would be the latter. They were gaining information so fast that they could not write fast enough. So it was coherent thoughts, Not an
Okay.
insane kind of thing, but coherent thoughts. They just were gaining information quicker than they could put it out.
Okay. All right. So I'm kind of looking it over and leafing through it, and wow. Well, I am gonna be looking forward to our date later tonight, friend. I'm gonna
Are
put it.
you talking to that book, Zeb? Because that's a
No,
little weird.
no, no.
Okay.
Yes,
right.
yes, I was, and let me
All
tell you
right.
why. Let me tell you. No, no, it's okay. Let me tell you why. Um, if you take good care of a book, it'll take good care of you. This is something I've learned studying magic for the last 25 years or so.
What kind of
That
care are you giving the book exactly? Because it sounds a little weird.
that's fair. That's fair to someone that is, maybe not a student of the mystic arts. Care means understanding it, like knowing, because with spells and magic, you almost, I can't quite explain it, but it's almost like you have it's like a feeling you get inside. You don't just wake
That's
up one
not what I
day
meant.
and
It was a joke at your expense.
oh,
It's not
I'm
very
quite
nice, Penny. I mean,
no, no, no. I admittedly, because of this, I did not. I only had one friend growing up, so I'm still. You could say I'm still learning how to be a social person. Um, yeah,
I mean,
but
I understand talking to inanimate objects, and I definitely understand taking care of your possessions. My older brother used to say something similar about his sword, about taking care of it, and it'll take care of you. So that I definitely get. I think it was the thing that stood out to me was it was more like a conversation you were having with the book, and I can tell you I'd never have a conversation with an inanimate object.
well, I will say sometimes with magic, it almost feels like you have a conversation, even though it may not. And I can't quite explain it. For all my studying, I still can't quite figure it out. Like there's times when it almost feels like magic talks to you even without saying words. I can't. It's something like that I'm hoping to learn here at Candlekeep is like get that deeper understanding of how arcana and the arcane arts work, so to speak.
I can kind of understand that, not necessarily about books, but there's certain places I've been and people I've talked to and things like that that kind of give me that same feeling.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I imagine I come in for a landing at this point. Just what are we talking about?
Talking about magic, you can do some magic, can't you, Fizzle?
Yes, I'm a dragon.
Well, not all dragons can do magic.
Really? Does that make me a special dragon?
I mean, maybe.
Check this out. I can do this new thing. Cast Burning Hand.
Ah!
That's
Is there
pretty
anyone around?
impressive.
I'm making sure there's nobody around before I cast
Okay,
the
all
15-foot
right,
cone
all right,
of
mate.
15-foot cone of flame.
Hey, it's almost like what I do, but with cold.
Yes, I am now a dragon.
I mean, I don't know that means the same, but that's pretty impressive either way.
It does when you go like this.
Just
Lord.
burning spell slots.
Yep.
If we ever actually meet a real dragon, I'm a little worried, I have to admit.
One thing I will say though is, being a dragon is not just about
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Bless
Gesundheit
you.
again.
Stop it.
Gesundheit, friend Tamsin.
The smoke from
Oh,
Fizzle's
thank
flames
you.
is getting to
I'm
her.
so sorry.
Oh,
There's a
that's
little
alright.
frozen spot on the bench next to her.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
excuse me.
that's an old draconic way to say, I hope you have gotten all of the negative energy out of your system. It's a
That was
really
it's very
Ice
good
boogers.
pronunciation.
yes. Yes, it's the draconic language has always fascinated me because they could take these whole sentences and frame it down to like one word. It just fascinates me.
Yeah, it's a handy language to know.
Yeah, it's like,
Maybe
why
we all know
say-
so many different languages. Maybe we should start teaching each other.
Yes. That would. Why did I go Yoda for a second?
I'm not sure.
Do I know not?
That was great.
Wars not to make one great. Great. Now I got to find it again. Damn it.
Kermit E.
Kermit
Frog.
E. Frog.
Steve
Yes,
Dog
Kermit
here.
the Frog here. Yes. I'm just, all the short green characters. That's all I
my
am.
gosh.
Short green
I
characters.
love it. I love it so much.
Oh,
Next one's gonna be
so
Marvin
good.
the Martian.
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, same voice, really.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
they're
it's
all.
similar.
I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
it's
they're all in the same wheelhouse.
Exactly.
It's true.
Yeah. Banana.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
Shut up.
But anyway, but yeah, I will say that being a dragon is not just all about breathing fire and flying around. It's about heart. What's your heart? What you do with your heart? What you do with your mind? How you think? How you interact with people? So, there's more to being a dragon than just flying around and shooting fireballs.
I have my horde.
That's Horde is important, but it's a mindset as well. It's how you perceive the world and how the world perceives you.
How do you perceive me?
I perceive you as my friend, and I'm gonna pat him on the wing.
I like this.
Good.
All right, so you're
Awkward silence.
you're all
And
having this
I'm like, what do we
conversation,
do now?
this lovely little time. I would say as of right now, it is pushing like 10 o'clock. You've been
It is.
you've been just kind of having a nice, easy time having conversation and talking, trying to keep track of Fizzle. And would you all like to seek out lunch or?
I will bring up like in conversation that I actually need to go over to and get my official robes and uniforms for working at the keep. So if we would like to go to the shop real quick, I can pick all that out, get measured, and then we can grab lunch afterwards if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah.
Food.
Okay.
We should also find out if they have anything for us to do, if we need to, if there's some work or something.
Oh
Because
yes,
it's not that you all aren't lovely, but we have to make a living too.
No, you're absolutely right. I mean, you can't just hang out around town all the time. I mean, I definitely get it, especially with your previous work life there, Tamsin. And Penny, I'm sure that you miss working at was it blacksmith is where you worked? I'm drawing a blank now.
Yeah, it was pretty boring.
Well, maybe something new will bring some excitement in. So, yeah. So I guess everyone's okay. We can go do the clothing shop. I mean,
sure.
I don't want to.
It's fine with me.
So you make your way across the courtyard, the Court of Air, and you get to the clothier. They have a small desk that seats like 2 or 3 sewing machines, and then behind them is just draped cloth that some of it is drying, some of it is already dried. You can tell that they're using different kind of dyes to get the right colors for specific things. There's shelves of linens and cloths and shoes, anything that you may need. As you enter in, a robust older woman greets you with a smile.
Oh, my name is Zabnest Oakbark. My friends, so getting used to that. Call me Zab, and I'm guessing I have some kind of slip that Persephone gave me or something like that, for like my robes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I walk up and say like, I'm a new scribe over at the keep at the pillars, and I'm here to get my fitting for my official uniform.
Okay.
And I turn around to everyone and I'm like,
Okay. So she gets down from her perch. She comes around the counter and gets your measurements, starts, shoulders, arm length, circumference, hip
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
knee, knee to
Yeah.
foot, everything else.
Oh, you know,
And then she
we just
says
met.
absolutely nothing, does all of this super fast, like she's been doing it for centuries, and immediately goes right back around the counter and just starts grabbing different things. And then she stops immediately and goes, "Do you need linens for your bed?"
I'm gonna say yes because I've actually not been to my bed yet. Because funny story, we just actually were hanging out in the court of air for a little bit. And so I've not actually been, but I'm gonna
It's a
assume
yes or no
that I will.
question.
Oh, yes.
And then she goes back immediately, doing all of these, like
I
pulling,
love her.
adding to, and then she puts everything down and just points, and then you can see that there's a curtain that's been drawn for like a fitting area, and she
Okay.
just points over there, hands you
Yes.
everything,
Yes. Okay.
and says, "Put it on and come back out."
Yes. Yes. You are incredibly efficient.
It does not require talking.
No. Okay. Okay.
Oh.
She looks at the rest of you and says, "Slips?"
We're just here for moral support.
For clothes?
You've just met Zab. Yes, for clothes. And social interaction.
Do you sew?
Do
She looks at all three
I
of you.
have to?
I
I
didn't
don't
ask you
mean,
to
like
sew. I asked
to.
if you could.
I can.
I've made armor
I'm
before,
I'm
so yeah. But
I'm
You-
pretty good at embroidery if you need that.
Ooh. And she goes back to her her stool where she was working, and she pulls out a bag, like just a gigantic bag, and just like yarns and threads and everything just spills out everywhere, and she starts yanking on this one fabric that is just covered in intricate different threads, and she just spools it out to you, and it spills over, and it is this beautiful scene of just like a flowery field on like a sunset day, and you can see it go through from like morning, afternoon, or like morning, midday, afternoon, evening, night. And so she is sewing, or she's still doing the needlework for the morning to finish it out. But she just goes like this.
You guys would see. I mean, if a dragonborn could turn slightly green, Tamsin would. Yeah.
Show me.
All right.
Where's your needlework?
I don't know. Let me see if I've got something in my bag. And she'll ruffle through and pull out like a really frilly handkerchief that doesn't match anything. Like she's very like, chainmail, like, and this is like got lace on the edge and like flowers embroidered all the way around, very tiny detailed, and then her initials in the corner with lots of like swirls and flourishes. And she goes, "That's the last thing I did."
She snatches it out of your hand and just like immediately this close to her face starts like examining it, just pulling it through her hand and going around the edge, looking at the flowers and everything. And then she finally like pulls it down where you can see her face, and she goes, "Exquisite."
Thank you.
She hands it back to you, and then she grabs out her own, and it's a very similar sort of border. And she just goes, "Kindred spirits," and puts it back, and then gathers all of her things up. And she just leans in and goes, "If you ever need anything, let me know.
Did you just
Tamsin
join
will
like
lean
an
in and-
embroidery club?
I'll keep that
Welcome
in
to the
mind.
guild.
It's not a thieves guild, it's an embroidery guild.
Yeah.
Yep.
And suddenly
I-
Tamsin is like, is the skill that I've always hated that I have actually going to be useful?
Could
I'm
be.
gonna.
You
Fizzle's
never
gonna
know.
lead Penny. What's happening?
I think she joined the cult. I don't know.
Oh, okay. What's a cult?
Here it
Oh,
is.
Fizzle.
So about this time, I assume Zab is dressed and ready.
Zab is actually peeking out and being really sad that like he's missing out on this social interaction. He's trying so hard. I guess she doesn't like me.
She sees this out of the corner of her eye and snaps for you to come over.
Ah! And I do come out with like the robes on, and I'm gonna assume it fits perfect.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Okay, so you come over.
Yes, I gotta say, for you are incredibly efficient, and this is exquisite. It fits perfect in all of the right places. It's like wow. You are just wow, just great.
Thank you.
Zab dies a little bit.
Tamsin just like pats him on the shoulder.
There you go. Okay, so she bids you a good day.
Yeah.
She gives you a second set of clothing as well, same measurements and everything. And bed
Before we
sheets and
go,
everything.
I didn't catch your name.
It is Edarina.
Edarina. I'm Tamsin. It's nice to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you as well.
Zab dies a little bit again. Yes, thank you very much, Edarina. It was wonderful, wonderful work. Thank you very much.
I will see you again.
Yes, you will. That does make him feel a little bit better.
On the way out, I'm gonna lean over to Zab. So, some of these clothes. Does that mean you joined the cult too?
Wait, what?
There you go.
You know what? We'll have a conversation about that. And I'm gonna like glance at Penny for some reason.
All right, so you make your way back out into the courtyard.
And yeah, I think it's gonna be time for us to
Time
put down
for
food.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have to exit the door. Food.
Not
Well,
again.
actually, wouldn't it be more like food, like fatigued food?
Yeah, you're coming down from your high.
Can we get some food?
Yeah, that'll make you feel better. Let's go.
And I'm gonna look at Tamsin and be like, snack and a nap.
I'm not sure I like coffee anymore.
No, it's terrible stuff. Really, you shouldn't drink it.
Why do I have a headache?
Reasons.
Coffee actually limits
Oh,
your
no.
dragon power, so you should probably not drink it anymore.
A very astute observation, Penny.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Is that why my brain hurts?
It might be.
exactly.
I don't know. Good one, Penny.
Yes, very good observation, friend Penny. Well done, well done. That is spot on.
Okay, going to cling to Penny now. You know so much about dragons. What should I do?
Well, you should eat some food and probably take a nap and recharge your power.
Great! I gotta take a nap. Where are they? What's a
Fizzle.
nap?
No,
Come here, and she's just gonna like hoist him onto her pack. Sleep there, it's fine. We'll get you some food.
Oh, sleep. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So as you guys are heading out into town, are you wanting to stop by some vendors? Like some street vendors for food?
Uh, yeah, I think something that maybe was different from tavern food,
Okay.
just to see if there's people selling different things.
Yeah.
Why not?
As you enter the town square, there's a plethora of aromas when it comes to foods. There are some that are kind of Mediterranean, very like basically gyros. There's some that have like roasting turkey legs. There's one that just has an entire spigot of a boar roasting over a fire, like on top of their cart. Somehow they have rigged this up to have it has a metal base. It has a metal base. It's not just a cart on fire. Um, but it has like a metal
That would be
basin
amazing.
that holds the spigot, and they're just sitting there turning it. There you go, or the spit, not spigot. But there's an assortment of different sandwich carts, food carts galore.
Probably head towards some sort of sandwich cart.
Okay. Everyone else?
All right.
I think I'll do the Euro cart.
Okay.
He's just gonna go for sandwiches too, because they're simple.
All right. And Fizzle?
Fizzle is snoozing until Just Tamsin arrives, and then is gonna perk up like.
Tamsin will buy Fizzle a nice meaty sandwich of some sort.
All right. So you are all sitting here enjoying your lunches in the town square. There's hustle bustle, people going in and out of shops. It's getting to the midday lunch rush. It hasn't quite hit that yet. But there's not much going on. It's a very quiet city. Very prosperous. You don't really see any sort of like underground activity or anything, any bad
Is it a
vibes.
wide collection of races and all that? Like, is it very like? Okay.
Yeah. It is a very welcoming city. I will say that.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Place is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Very nice. Ow.
Ow.
Well, it's nice to see a big variety of people and all different types, and probably because of the library at Candlekeep, I suspect.
Yes. Well, knowledge does bring an assortment of people to the world to seek it, to pass it along to other individuals. Knowledge, they say knowledge is power, but knowledge is also empowering. Ow.
Well, I feel like other big cities might have, big draws like commerce or, bigger religion, religious centers and stuff like that. There's lots of different reasons why people might be drawn to a city. But I think the nice thing about a library or a center of learning or whatever is that it's leveling, like everybody can benefit from knowledge, but not everybody can benefit from,
Religion?
I mean, it depends on the religion, but yeah, I think probably. But I was thinking more like a large market, a large center for buying and selling. If you don't have anything to sell and you don't have money to buy, you're not going to be able to benefit from that.
Fair point.
So it's nice to see a town
Well-
that's built around something that's equalizing.
Mm-hmm.
You can benefit from that.
Well, I mean, I suppose some could. Some of us are not as sneaky as others.
It's a really
I had
good
to sneak
Euro.
around with this big tail here.
All right. For your sandwiches, take away 5 copper for each sandwich.
Okay.
Alrighty.
I've got fizzles.
Okay.
And I'm gonna be like half-hearted with conversation, like during lunch, but I'm gonna be mostly reading, spending the time reading
Masfroth's?
Froth's book.
Okay.
like not doing the deep dive like I'm gonna do later on, but just like
Mhm.
starting to leaf through it a little bit. So.
Okay. Anything interesting that you would like to talk about or mention to the others
I-
about the book?
Oh.
Or does anyone have questions about the book?
I was going to ask the book. I was going to ask Penny where she got her sneaky skills.
Mm.
I thought you said you looked at your parents' blacksmith shop all the time. How'd you
5
get
copper?
so good at
5 copper.
5 copper.
Okay. Sorry. Ahead.
how'd you get so good at sneaking around?
Say, boredom breeds creativity, and you try things out.
That's so true. That's so true. How do you think I got good at embroidery and swinging a sword? I can tell you, I only enjoy doing one.
Embroidery.
That's I had never heard truer words in my life, Miss Penny.
All right. So I would say as of right now, we can probably go ahead and end this session. Pick up from here when we meet next.
Sounds good.
Yay!
Sure.
All right.
Woo! Dungeons and Dragons!
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Yes.
Oh my god, I
Yes.
cannot type today.
We will see
we go.
you all next time in the real world, unfortunately.
Boo.
Yes, we have to go back to the
Boo.
real world. But we
Real
will
world
see you
sucks.
again next Tuesday. Have a wonderful week.
Bye.
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 Bye.